Hello, my name is Allison Kelly. I am a fifth year high school science teacher, and I am going to be sharing with you my classroom setup. Okay, so this is actually day one. Before I did any classroom setup, I needed to invite my husband and, of course, bring my dog, Jasmine, so that we could set up the wallpaper together. I really needed him for this. And so what he's doing right now is just lining up the wallpaper so that they are matching. And you're going to notice that he's going to make very little amounts of cuts in the beginning. So he's just laying out the pieces that are able to be used in their full width right now. And then he's cutting around all of the outlets so that those are accessible. And then you're going to see what he's having me do, which is just wipe down the walls. And then as he's applying the wallpaper, he just has me at the bottom, kind of like keeping it in place so that while he comes down and smooths out the edges, they stay in place so that all of the corners match up. And then realizing that he does have to make some cuts here, so he's going to do a little measuring. He's measuring to make sure that the width of the wallpaper is going to be correct for that small sliver that we have left there. And so that came out really nice, so that everything matches again. So all the corners match, the texture matches. The other really cool thing about this wonderful wall was that it did not have a texture. So not only did I have to just wipe down the surface because you need a really clean surface for the wallpaper to stick, you also have a better shot of it actually staying up if your wall surface is flat. And so we got really lucky with that. And you'll notice that he's working on a corner area right now where my teacher desk kind of comes together with the wall. And so he's working on that, making another cut. And Jasmine is realizing that there is a countertop and that she might be able to get on top of it. Yep. Oh, there she is. Look at that. There's windows up here, human. Amazing. All right, and then, yeah, he's just going through making those cuts to make sure that all of the areas are covered for me. So he's gonna go to the top, working in these small pieces and cutting around, and then doing the bottom part last. So overall, this took about 3 or 4 hours, and totally worth it. Got our wonderful wallpaper complete. So happy about that. I'll show you what that looks like after. But today what I'm really going to focus on is just kind of like taking all of this stuff that I have. This is from my old classroom, and I just need to like go through it again and put it where it needs to be. So this is like where all the students obviously are sitting. And then over here is going to be where I have my teacher set up. And then this is like the demo area. Yeah, so I guess I'll just do a time lapse of me kind of working. So a couple of things that I need to kind of just figure out, like what am I going to do with all of this stuff is you just go through these boxes, because when I moved, I just kind of threw everything in there. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on. You know, just random things. Like these are all of my models that I chose to keep for my students, some task cards, things like that. So I need to like figure out a place for that. My big thought for this year is to kind of collect everything as I use them, put them in boxes like this, or get ones that are like plastic and cute. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to use like these bigger cabinets that I have kind of placed throughout the classroom on the sides to lock away so that students can't get in, because all of them lock as well. So I will lock away all of my supplies for each unit, and then I could just go and pull out those supplies when I need them next year. Here. So this is my cart that I'm going to use for storing my microscopes. I'll probably have like my little turn it in area on top of it as well. And my ultimate plan is to move this because it's on wheels. So either I'm going to move it closer to the door because I want them to be able to turn in things, pick up things, and that kind of ordeal, which I call as the student supply center, probably against this wall here when they first walk in, or I'll have it placed right back here. I don't know if I want to do this area over here because I feel like it invites the students to take a little wandering stroll into my area, and I'm really trying to make sure that that's not the case. So I'm thinking I'm gonna push it over there. So I'm actually really liking the way it's coming out right now. I think it's gonna be really cute. So I think I'm gonna keep doing that. Yeah, it's actually really not too bad to put this on. There's a couple spots that are kind of terrible. Like when I first pulled the contact paper off of the roll, it ripped in half, but that's fine. There's just a small rip from that. I don't think anyone's gonna notice though. Okay, so I finished it. Not 100% in love with it, but I think it's better than it was. Okay, so I moved it over here. I'm kind of liking this a little more. It gives a little more accessibility to a student who may be using a wheelchair or something along the lines of needing to use just more space. So I think I might end up going with this. The only thing that I'm totally bummed about with having this here is that I absolutely have to put paper on the other side when I was really trying to not have to put more paper down. And then I think over here, because I don't have much room in this classroom, I don't have anywhere that I can display student work other than on these like small whiteboards that are kind of placed throughout the room, which I'm going to like use magnets to just attach student work because I'm really big on student work everywhere. So I think what I'll do here is maybe get like a light or something to kind of brighten up this area, more inviting kind of vibes. And then I'm gonna make a makeshift bulletin board or something over here where kids can see their really cool work on the way in and out. But as far as turning in things, I think this is a great placement for that. I don't know, tell me what you think. And then I think I'll have handouts that students may need to pick up on this table here. So kind of like as, you know, flow of walking in and out of the classroom, they have a place to put their work, turning things in, and then picking up things on the way in to kind of move the flow of traffic a bit easier to these desks. Again, here is that finished product. I know many people will probably be looking for, what did that wallpaper look like? It looks like that, and it's amazing, and I love it so much. I will link it down below for you. It comes in these rolls, very similar to what you would find for contact paper. I'm pretty sure it just is. It's calling itself the vinyl self-adhesive wallpaper, but I think I had to buy 10 rolls, and I have 2 left. So I did a really big space, and each roll was like $3. So it was definitely affordable, and it's just a really great way to spice up the front of the room. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna continue working on this section now. So I have some things that are kind of really special to me that I like to kind of put by where my desk area is. Even though I don't spend a ton of time at my desk, I still like for it to look polished and to represent who I am so that the kids can kind of get a little insight into things that maybe I forget to share with them, or they may have additional questions about, or things to make them feel like we have those little commonalities between one another. So I'm gonna be working on that right now, so that should be like this whole area right here, but I cannot decide if I want to use thumbtacks or command hooks. I think I'm gonna go with thumbtacks because I'm worried that the command hooks will be too permanent of a place, and what if I change my mind? So I think I'm going to work on that right now. Turns out I really didn't have as many things as I thought I did still by my desk because my old desk was a little smaller. So I only have those 2 things. So I think I'm gonna get like a bunch of pictures that I have with my old students like printed here, and maybe do like a little collage of some sort. My planner, some awards, and a picture of me and my husband. And then I went ahead and kind of went over here and did a little letter board, welcoming back the students. And that's all I've really gotten done. I think I'm just gonna start organizing all of this stuff into the various storage containing areas and see what works best for me, as well as where I can keep things so that I can remember where they are. And then I probably will be done for the day. Okay, my phone kind of died today because I was recording so much and using my phone way more than I usually do. So I'm just gonna give you a little overview of things that I've completed and some things that I'm still needing to work on. So I kind of forgot that at Target I bought that little do what you need to be okay tapestry. So I feel like that's kind of fun right there. Maybe I'll still put in that, like a lamp or something right there, or maybe a little table with like a plant on it or something. So once again, when you come in, I still have the table here. Well, it's like a little cupboard in a way, and it's gonna hold my microscopes for me, as well as my little turn-it-in box, a little letter board that I went ahead and did some pencils and things like that where the kids can use there, so they stay away from mine. And then I'm just gonna turn you around over here. So I did finish my little teacher area. There is a ton of stuff that I still need to organize. I really need a better system, so that's something that I'm gonna need to go home and kind of brainstorm about. I left this pretty clean here. I typically will leave out like a ton of supplies for students, but I think I might hold off on that until I get a better idea of what I'm really going to need those supplies for. Like, are they daily? Are they just sometimes? So I'm kind of leaving that out for now. And then you might notice that like next to all the windows, there are some colorful containers, and that's where I'm going to be putting a bunch of living plants because I have these wonderful windows, and I mean, gosh, why not? So I've got some wonderful colored ceramic pots. And then I still need to like clean up all of the boards from the teacher that was here before me. And then I have these little signs that are hanging below. I'm thinking of popping those up above those areas. I just really haven't really decided on that quite yet. They just say fun things like follow your dreams, do what you love, you know, those really generic fun sayings. I don't typically love the signs that have words all over them, but I feel like for the classroom, it's very okay to have those. So you'll see that I continued the ceramic pots that I got at Michael's on their summer decor sale. So they were like $3 a piece, and they're very nice. So I was super excited about that. On Amazon Prime Day, last Prime Day, I bought a bunch of the self-watering containers. So I had a bunch of those, but they were just plain black. So I placed them on the wall here to try to kind of just keep that area looking a little cleaner instead of so colorful with the windows behind me. I kind of wanted to embrace the windows and the light and keep that nice and airy. Like, that didn't really make any sense, but yeah. So I still need to once again clean up some areas, but that is pretty much what I got done today. But I'll just take a step back so you can kind of take in all the things that I did today. I just love that wallpaper back there. I think it is so exciting to look at, and I think the students are really gonna love it. So I'll kind of get you a close up on it. I was afraid that it was going to be like really dizzy, but it really isn't. I love it so much. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching.